Hello guys and welcome back to Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, if you don't remember, we started the investigation into Sayaka Maizono's murder, and we found some clues and we learned what was on Sayaka's motive video, and in this episode we're going to continue the investigation and hopefully find something big. Do you have a second, Makoto? I've uncovered something most unusual. The door to everyone's dorm has a nameplate on it to show whose room it is, right? Well, it just so happens... Wait, no. You might be the killer yourself. I can't tell you anything. Forget everything I just said. Forget Beam! Sorry, just a little joke. Even I do jokes sometimes. Ha ha ha. So that was sort of a hint to check out the nameplates on the doors of the dorms, which the game already tells you that you need to go get Sayaka's DVD, but I guess that's just to say, hey, look at both of the doors and see that the nameplates have actually been switched. I'm moving back to the gym here because Chihiro was here last time we saw her, and because she's the ultimate programmer, I suppose Makoto thinks that she might know something about numbers. Hey Chihiro, I was hoping I could ask you something. Oh, what is it? Before she died, Sayaka left a message. She wrote out the numbers 11037. Do you have any idea what these numbers might mean? Like, could they be a code or something? Sorry, no. Chihiro slowly shook her head. I'm sorry, I just don't know. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyway for trying. Even she doesn't know. Or could she maybe know more than she's letting on? Nah, couldn't be. So yeah, once again, that's enforcing this sort of, the whole sort of thing that's in every single murder mystery story, that you can't trust anyone. Can I actually warp real quick, because that'd be so much quicker. Yeah. On the map, we saw that, Hina is over here in the dining area, so let's talk to her real quick and see if she has to say anything before we go ahead and talk to the three guys who were out in the hallway. Hina, are you investigating the dining hall? Oh, no, I'm just taking a break. Actually, I've been taking a break since we started. This is all a first for me, you know? I don't have the first clue what I should be doing. I know what you mean. And I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps me keep calm. So, I know I shouldn't, but I've just been here kinda hanging around. To tell the truth, I was doing the same thing last night when Sayaka was killed. So she doesn't really know anything. Let's move into the kitchen real quick, because there's actually an interesting thing here that I want to make note of. There are all kinds of kitchen knives here, big, small, but it looks like one of them is missing. Was it missing from the very beginning, or better see if anyone here knows more about it? Yeah, here's a very clear connection. Missing knife here, and a knife found in Sayaka's abdomen, so probably the same knife. We can see where the killer actually went to grab the knife. Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall? Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange, a knife just suddenly disappearing like that. Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning? Nope, last I remember they were all lined up in a nice neat row. So when did you notice one of them had disappeared? Well, I was going to get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared when you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. In other words, you were right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. And you should be able to say for sure. You can tell everyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. So, with that and the whole strands of hair thing and the lint roller, we have a pretty solid case that we ourselves are innocent. So, thankfully, when we go to the actual class trial, we'll be able to quickly dispel any ideas that we ourselves were the culprit. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? What? No, of course not, I would never. Hina, do you really think I murdered her? Well, she was killed in your room, right? So, I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her. On the other hand, two people becoming good friends, then one killing the other is a classic drama setup. So when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea. So even though she has, like, the piece of testimony that kind of helps prove our innocence, she still doesn't know whether or not we did it. Moving back, the only people we haven't talked to yet are the people here in the hallway, and also Hiro in the gym, but he's probably not going to be much help because he's still freaking out over the fact that all of this stuff is real. So, why was Sayaka in your room when she was killed? Could it be because you are the culprit? No, you've got it all wrong. Sayaka and I switched rooms last night. He didn't even try to hide the suspicion on his face. Even if what you say is the absolute truth, you're still responsible for her death, wouldn't you say? Huh? After all, she wouldn't have died if she hadn't switched rooms with you, right? The reason Sayaka was killed is because I suggested we switch rooms? She's dead because of me? Then it should have been me that died? Well, all we can say right now is that it's a possibility. If that's really true, then usually protagonists written by Kodaka are super, like, burdened with the guilt of stuff that happens to their friends, even when it's really not their fault, usually. Like a 100-line, the protagonist of that game, Takumi, he is like the exact same way, where anytime anything happens bad, he immediately puts all of the blame on himself. It's just like super like sulky and stuff like that. So Byakuya is not at all helping by piling all of the blame onto Makoto as well. This height difference looks really funny though. Like, I know I already mentioned this earlier about how like weird Makoto's height is, but Hifumi is canonically, I think, like 5'7". That would make Makoto like 4'8" or something like that. Something doesn't seem right. The Monokuma file said Sayaka was killed in your room. Just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? So they really want you to investigate the nameplates. They've thrown 3 different hints being like, hey, click on the nameplates, please. Very strange. Mr. Naegi, what was Miss Maizono doing in your room? Let me just say this. I absolutely will not allow you to dispose of any evidence in the trash room. Do you really think I'm guilty? Speaking of the trash room, let's go ahead and check that out real quick, because we were talking about it before and how people could go there and dispose of the evidence. Unfortunately for us, the grate here completely blocks it off. There's a sturdy gate here. There's no way to get past. It's the end of the line. The trash room. This is where all the trash in the school eventually winds up. How do you get this gate open? No. No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty? No. No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Who's on cleaning duty? No. No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. This is stupid. It'd be faster just to go around and ask the others. No. No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Just Monokuma being an asshole as usual. Anyways, let's go back to Ifumi real quick and ask about the trash room, because he was the one talking about it. I guess Mondo was also talking about it earlier, but he was the one who brought it up out of pretty much nowhere. I'm looking for whoever's on cleaning duty. Cleaning duty? As a matter of fact, that's me. Why do you ask? It just so happens that Monokuma talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, the school would be flooded with trash in no time. So, I formally applied for the position. I was going to start this morning, but after what happened, I haven't had a chance to get started. And since you're on cleaning duty, you can open the gate in front of the trash room? Of course! It's my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. And to do that, she gave me a key for the trash room gate. But we're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge. Wait, hold on. You need a key to get in the trash room? And only the person on cleaning duty has access to the key? What's the point of going to all that trouble? Why not just leave the trash room open all the time so we can all throw things out whenever we want? That does seem to be more convenient. Actually, I don't want to... Just restating the rule number 6, that must be why. If anyone could go in and out of the trash room whenever they wanted, then destroying evidence would be easy. The thrill would disappear and things would become boring. But boring? Anyway, more important than that. Hey, Fatty, why'd you want the cleaning duty gig, huh? I just wanted to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. What's your big deal? Liar, I know why you did it. You want to dig through all the girls' trash, looking for, you know, and poking around at it. What are you talking about? All my love is for 2D. But there's all kinds of trash diggers like that. Maybe you'll get tired of 2D and then turn to... I was never tired of 2D. After spending a significant amount of time comparing 2D and 3D, I voluntarily chose 2D. The only thing 3D is good for is to shower love and affection on 2D. Oh, and PVC figures. How are you not totally embarrassed to say stuff like that? If you're worried about Hifumi's questionable morality, then there's a very easy solution. Whenever a guy has cleaning duty, Sakura can accompany them from picking up the trash to disposing of it. What? If you're as innocent as you claim, where's the harm in it? That's not how it's supposed to... Anyway, on another topic, Hifumi, since you were on cleaning duty, I have a favor to ask you. What, so now you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered that flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me recover from past trauma or save a village or beat a boss. No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room and look around. In my head, I just imagined, because I recently beat Yakuza Like a Dragon for the first time. And I don't know, I just imagined, like, Yakuza Like a Dragon, but you play as Hifumi instead of Ichiban. And I don't know why, but that mental image just kind of makes me laugh a little bit. Oh, okay. So easy. So Hifumi and I headed down to the trash room. You'd like me to open this gate, wouldn't you? You know, when I look at it, it makes me think. They say he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on the inside, but he never stopped dreaming. Get busy living or get busy dying, he said. So him and Rita found themselves a way out. What are you talking about? What are you saying? I know this is definitely a reference to something that I don't know, but without any context, it's so weird just to throw it out of nowhere. Whatever, just please hurry up. Okie dokie, leave it to me. Yufumi pulled a key out of his pocket and used it to flip the switch next to the gate. And then... However, Mr. Naegi, surely you aren't planning to use this classroom to destroy evidence, are you? You fiends! You've planned this all along. No, I just wanted to see if the actual killer had tried to destroy any evidence or not. But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You want to see if you left anything behind. Wait, maybe a parallel world? No, Hifumi, that's a different Spike Chunsoft franchise. Well, whatever, let's just hurry up and keep looking. First thing I notice is this bit of glass on the floor, looks like. There are shards of broken glass scattered around in front of the incinerator. It looks like it used to be some kind of glass ball, just about big enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Yeah, is that? Do you know what this is? They say if you collect all 7, a dragon will appear and grant you a single wish. It feels like every single time a Japanese game has a ball in it at some point, they have to make a reference to the Dragon Ball series. Which I get that Dragon Ball is like probably one of the biggest pieces of media in Japan, so it makes sense. But still, like, they do kind of just make the same reference every single time. Kidding aside, it's the kind of thing you might see on any big city street corner. Gaze into it, and it will show you a glimpse of the future. Just like that Mina girl who was always on that quest to find that one guy. Yet another reference I don't get. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but who did this particular ball belong to? There's only one person it could be. They should still be in the gym. I'd better go find out for sure. Clearly Chihiro. No, it's obviously Hiro. They have very similar names, Chihiro and Hiro. But yeah, he's the only one who deals with, like, psychic stuff. He's the ultimate clairvoyant. And he's, once again, the only person we haven't talked to yet, so maybe this will get him to stop freaking out for 2 seconds. There's also this on the ground. It looks like a burnt piece of something. Thanks, Makoto. Incredible commentary. A burnt piece? Like a hunk? Like a hunk of burning love? Now there's a reference I get. Anyway, it looks like a piece of cloth. And the shape is part of the sleeve from a button-up shirt. And now that I look at it, that's definitely blood on the cuff, which means this is all that's left of some of the evidence the killer destroyed. But there are lots of people here with white and button-up shirts. This isn't enough by itself to figure out who the killer is. Before we leave to go talk to Hiro, let's let's investigate this stuff. I know Makoto talks to himself a lot, but I don't think he's gotten to the point where he's talking to buttons. Related to the big mechanism. I feel like there's some sort of extra dialogue here that we need. 30 feet from the gate. Ah, it's on right now. You see the green and yellow buttons next to the mouth of the incinerator. It's a pretty simple setup. You press the green button to get it going, and the yellow button to turn it off. Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty, so make sure you learn this before you leave, okay? Huh? Sounds on the incinerator. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off the last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy. Hifumi, do you realize what you just said? Huh? The fairy? No, you said the last time you were here, the incinerator was off. Ah, yes. About that, there can be no mistake. If I've got one thing going for me, it's my memory. I'm the exact opposite of Hifumi. I forget things like 20 minutes after they happen. Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check the place out. It definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the classroom since then. And since I'm the only one who has the key to the open gate, it should be impossible for the incinerator to be on, and yet... So that means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gate. But how is that possible? This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off, and those glass shards and burnt clothes weren't. What does it all mean, Mr. Naegi? Will you be confessing soon? Why me? Everyone already knows you did it. All your mysteries are slowly being solved one by one. Sounds like he's living out one of his comic book fantasies. Let's get out of here before we have to deal with any more of Hifumi. The final person we have not interacted with at all is Hiro. Hey Hiro, can I ask you something? No. I gotta get out of here. Gotta get out now. I've had enough. Gotta break free. Hiro, snap out of it. Makoto, what are you doing here? Huh? Hey, does this look familiar? That's my crystal ball. But it's all smashed. What the hell? I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So how did it break? Was it actually just made of glass and not crystal? Did that guy totally dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Was that seriously all BS? Let's put that aside for now. So you could say without a doubt that this belonged to you? Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot it in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. I think I found the voice for Hiro. I knew it had to be some sort of like surfer dude sort of voice, but like this voice is really easy to do, and I think it sort of fits the character. You left it in the laundry room? That means anyone could have found it and taken it. Thanks, Hiro. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I'm almost afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I saved up from fortune telling for 2 full years. Came out to be like $1 million. $1 million? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world, that's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. So he says $1 million, and he doesn't directly say what currency that is, and you might think, oh, well, that's 1 million yen, because this game was made in Japan, which comes out to like $10,000, which isn't like, which is still pretty stupid, but isn't that insane. But no, it is $1 million that he spent on it, because this game, the Danganronpa series, got like a lot of localization changes to like make it fit more with America, I guess. Even though this game still directly states that it takes place in Japan, and it's also called Danganronpa, which is just 2 Japanese words, they still felt like they had to make a lot of localization changes. So anytime the games mention manga, the games will usually change it to comic book. Sometimes they'll say manga, but most of the time they'll be like, oh, this is just like a comic book that I read once, or something like that. Like, I think Hifumi, or Makoto, like previously said something about comic books. And I believe in the fan translations for this game, he said he spent 100 million yen instead of 1 million. So we can confirm that he spent $1 million on that glass ball, which, ugh. But with that, our investigation has come to a conclusion.
僕も待ち疲れたんで、そろそろ始めちゃいますか。お待ちかねの学級裁判を。では集合場所を指定します。学校エリア1階にある赤い扉にお入りください。うぷぷ、じゃあ後でね。
The red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. No, where I have to go. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. How did Makoto get here late? He was standing next to Chihiro and Hiro. Unless Chihiro and Hiro are like insanely fast runners, which I get that maybe Hiro was like super freaked out and quickly ran over to this area here, but I don't think Chihiro is like that fast of a runner, you know? I don't know, maybe she was like an insane track star or something like that, but doesn't really seem like that. So unless Makoto just like stood outside the red door for like an extra few minutes for no reason, I don't know how he got there later than everyone else. I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are. Let's not jump to conclusions yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it. But I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us? So right before we hop into the elevator and go down to the class trial area, we get one last chance to talk to every single person, every single member of the cast, or at least all of the alive members of the cast. So let's start from the right and go all the way to the left. Well then, the time has finally come. Are you ready?
So, the school basement has become the darkened stage. We're all here to bear witness to Mr. Naegi's final curtain call.
Well, I did my job. I'm counting on the rest of you from here on out. Being so insistent, even though you've obviously killed her. Very impressive. Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence? I can't help but wonder what whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now. Sorry, in the end I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. Is this really how Sayaka would want us to find out who killed her? Relax, I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way. Let's get started.
There's no point in standing around here. Settle your resolve and step into the future.
Damn, we really gotta go through with this class trial thing, huh? If you want to confess, now's the time to do it. I'm telling you, I didn't do it. So, whoever stuck us here even took the time to set up a goddamn courtroom, huh? And that's everyone. Without further ado, let's hop right into the elevator. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Let us begin.
Good idea. Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right. I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mysteries surrounding the case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation, toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator. When I finally stepped on, the doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes. Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school.
You've finally arrived. What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Not even close. It's total shit.
Okay. Everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up.
We did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was all set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their tensions and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so, the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial.
Danganronpa.